I'm a giant when I step. Ballin' like the Jets, starting Jersey like the Nets, to New York like the Mets. Yeah, I win like the Yanks, like the Pats, spell a check. G&T Sports Talk, how to show on the net, yeah. On myself, yeah, I bet, yeah. I put blood, tears, and sweat, yeah. From the east to the west, G&T Sports Talk, how to show on the net, yeah.
So we're here for another edition of GT Sports Talk and Grunt Talks. Now, today's a very special day. We have the schedule finally being released for the MLB after all this time. We have everything going now, all the teams and everything. Yankees, I'm looking at some stuff right now. We play the Phillies second. We have a back-to-back against the Phillies. Someone actually had inside information about this. They told me it's not at the stadium that we're playing the Phillies June 29th. They're actually right. I don't know how they knew, but he was 100% correct. So we do Nationals 3 games, Philly 2 in Philly,
and then Philly 2 in Yankee
home.
Stadium.
And we go back home with the stadium. So Washington's 3 times, not 4 actually. Philly's 4 times. Mets are 6. I'm just trying to figure out Braves and Marlins. One's going to be 3, one's going to be 4. That's the only question left, basically. But I'm trying to see if we can get our exact schedule right now. I'm going to charge up just to make sure I'm good.
So right now,
on us.
So right now, I'm watching on MLB Network, and Tom Verducci's talking, and yeah, they just talked about how they showed the the Phillies, and yeah, I've never seen that before, where you play 2 games during the regular season, at least 2 games against the same team at home, and then you're going to play them again at their stadium for the next 2 games. That's very interesting to me. That's it's pretty interesting, but everybody gets to see Joe Girardi come back to Yankee Stadium right away. So that's something to look forward to. And for everybody who likes Didi Gregorius, he's making his miraculous return to Yankee Stadium very early.
It's going to be quick, so there won't be any fans for any of that, obviously. There's not going to be any fans to see any of the Phillies and Girardi and all that. So I'm also going to do a live Twitter stream as well. Okay, so we're here with the schedule. We got me and Bobby, G&T, Grunt Talks, for those who don't know. Yankees first 7 games, I know right now. 3 Nationals, 2 Philly. Philly are going to have a home and home, basically. Yeah, that is a very weird thing, but I think it's part of the coronavirus procedures. You wouldn't see that during a normal season. I think it's just trying to make things easier, I guess. But it is very strange, that they would break it up like that, to have them go 2-2. So I'm going to try to see if I can pull the Yankee schedule if it's out yet. Maybe it's something.
I'm right now on ESPN.com, and
nothing yet.
Nothing yet, no. So
Twitter. I feel like they would have it maybe. Yeah, Patty got that crazy contract today. Okay, opening series, Tigers, Reds. So Reds are going to get a nice, easy start against the Tigers. So I'm really hyped about that. Mariners, Astros. Astros going to lay up to start the season, of course. Angels, A's are playing. Rockies, Rangers are opening the new stadium in Texas on the 24th. What's up, bro? So we'll see what else goes on here. Let's see if we can get anything going on right now. Come on, someone give me the – okay. We got it. All right, I have the Yankee schedule. I don't have exact dates, but I have all the series and the order of everything. The end of our schedule is very, very easy, actually. This is very good. So we start off Washington, like I said, 3 games. Then we got Philly with that 2-game split that we're going to go home, and then they're going to come to us. So we're home against the Red Sox for 3 games after that. Then we got 3 against Baltimore in Baltimore. We're going to Tampa Bay for 4. The Braves are going to be 4 games, so the Marlins will be 3. So Braves we're getting at home for 2. Then we get Red Sox for 4. Tampa Bay for 3. Then we get the Mets for 3. Braves are going to split that up in Atlanta for 2. Then we come back home and play the Mets for 3. We got Tampa Bay is going to be the next game at home. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The end of our schedule is very favorable. Watch these last 6, 10, 13, 16. These 23 games are very favorable to end the season. So it starts off – so this is going to be our September stretch run. It's in Baltimore for 3, obviously pretty easy. At Toronto for 3, that's challenging. That's the most challenging team in this stretch, by the way.
Right.
So then we do Orioles again for 4. So the last 23 games, we get the Orioles 7 times. Then we get Blue Jays again for 3. We get Red Sox in Boston for 3. Then we get Blue Jays again for 4. So the Blue Jays, the last 23 games, we get the Blue Jays 10 times. So the Yankees better be ready to play the Blue Jays. That's going to be pretty important. And the Marlins, we've closed with the Marlins at a 3-game set at home. So maybe we can get some fans for some of these games towards the end. We'll see. So I like the way this is set up. We play the harder teams earlier on for the most part. The stretch run's pretty favorable at the end, which is when you're going to want these games, obviously. What do you think about the schedule? What jumps out at you?
I'll tell you this, that September those matchups, other than the Blue Jays, let me tell you something. What a breeze that's going to be. I'll tell you what, I guess the baseball gods are looking down upon the Yankees right now because that September stretch, other than the 6 games against the Blue Jays in September we have to play.
We get 10 against them.
In September.
No, like the Blue Jays they're all gonna be in September, I think, because it's the last 23 games. I haven't seen dates yet. We'll see how the dates
forgive me. I didn't see the 4. I misread the 4 at the bottom. So the last, literally, in September when we play the last 10 games against the Blue Jays, that's going to be a very difficult matchup for us. I think we're up to the task. I think that we could get the job done. But playing the Red Sox in Fenway for 3 games, I think we could take care of business. The Marlins to end the season with 3 games at home, if you don't sweep them, that's a problem. And I think that's going to be just fine. Playing the Orioles in September for 7 games, I think that's tremendous. So far, this schedule, I'll tell you what, man. You know what? To start off, 3 games against the Nationals. Opening day, of course, you're getting Garrett Cole against Max Scherzer, box office matchup. And then you got the Phillies, 2 games in Citizens Bank Park. Then they come back 2 games at Yankee Stadium. And we're home for the Red Sox at 3 games. But other than that, you know what? I think the Braves, I think, can give us some trouble, I think, in my opinion.
They're the toughest team we play, one of the best teams we play the whole season.
Absolutely. The Rays, listen, I'm never going to sleep on the Rays ever again.
Yeah, you know I had to give you that Rays talk.
So, and, of course, everyone knows I'll be down there for Rays baseball, so the games will be on so I can at least watch and cheer on.
Hey, you might even be able to go. Like we said, it's basically the same for them. They've been practicing social distancing for years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe I could. Yeah, no, literally, I'll tell you what, I'll sit upstairs where no one sits. It's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. They closed it off. Now they can reopen it.
Exactly, right? So I'll tell you this. What I'm really looking forward to is the games against the Mets. And after we play the Rays, we go to Citi Field, 3-game set. Then we play the Braves again, and then we play the Mets. So we're the 6 games we play against the Mets pretty close together. I'm excited for that matchup. I really am. And I think within those 6 games, Jules, we will get DeGrom, Garrett Cole.
We have to get it at least once. They have to do that at least once. I feel like it has to line up one time. If you go to 2 separate series, the only way it doesn't line up is if he pitches one of the 2 Brave games, maybe. But it still could work potentially with off days. I think it'll end up happening unless they just don't match up on the same schedule for some reason. But they should, I would guess. But you never know the off days are going to look.
Absolutely.
The beginning of the schedule is definitely tough for sure.
It is. Oh, absolutely.
Nice test out of the box. And then after we do Red Sox, Orioles, Braves for 6, and then Braves, Mets, the beginning's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. The first 37 games are pretty tough once you split them up that way. So we'll see what happens with that. If the Yankees are just a little bit over 500 for those first 37, we'll be good, though, I think, because we could clean up that stretch run pretty nice. The thing that worries me is playing the Blue Jays so many times. I don't think we could beat them that much since we're playing them so much. It's going to be tough. And they're a tough team anyway, and they gave us problems last year. I mean, we got to go. I think I said 6-4 against the Blue Jays, 5-5 against Tampa. I said 8-2 against Red Sox and 9-1 against Orioles, I think. Or 7-3 against Red Sox or 8-2 against Orioles, I think I put. Then I put Mets 4-2. Nationals, I thought it was 4 games, so I'll say at least 1 and 2, but hopefully win the series. Phillies, you got to split, and then Braves just try to split it. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're showing our graphic on the thing, too. Yep. Rays open up with the Blue Jays. That'll be their first series. And then they're going to play the Braves, so they got an interesting start as well. The AL East, NL East is definitely the toughest combined division for sure. When I was saying our schedule isn't that tough, I mean, it's difficult, but you only play 16 teams against the NL East, like, legitimate teams. So I think, like, people are making too much of that. Like, I guess it is a little less than a third of the season. And our division, I mean, Blue Jays and Rays will be challenging, especially Tampa in the short season. I think they could push us. There might be a close division race, especially in 60 games, because last year we were at that game that the Yankees ended up taking first place. That was like late May. That's like 50-something games in. Like, if that happens again this year, like, you're fighting the whole season with them.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's crazy just looking at that Rays. And forgive me, guys, when you watch this, when you see my arms crossed and I'm looking up at my TV up here, I'm looking at the Rays schedule because I'm thinking of when the Yankees are in, that hopefully the fans are allowed to come in. I'm going to go to that game. So fingers crossed.
I'm trying to see when they're at Tampa. Let me see.
It's early. I think it might be in August, actually.
Oh, actually, yeah, it's only once, actually. And
that's what I was. Yeah, it's in. I was trying to figure that out, and
yeah, we get 6 home games against them.
I will say this: the Rays' first few games to start off the season, it's going to be tough for them, big time.
Yeah, and then we have. Oh wow, we only have 3 games at Fenway Park. The Red Sox are home for 7. We're home for 7 against the Red Sox, 3 at Fenway. I'm trying to see how this breaks down. Orioles, we must be there a lot. Well, we got 6 games in Baltimore and 4 at home. And then Toronto, we have 7 games in Toronto. That's not really ideal, but we'll manage, obviously. And then the National League teams, we're at Washington. They don't come to us. We split Phillies, we split Braves, and we split the Mets home and away, and the Marlins come to us. So that's basically how it all breaks down.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this, man. Looking at these schedules for Yankees and Rays, and just for the Yankees and Rays, it's going to be tough for them in the beginning. But I think, you know what? I think when you look at what the Yankees could do, you know, the Nationals are going to be tough, reigning defending champs. The Phillies can give us trouble. I think we'll be just fine. The Red Sox, Orioles, I'm not worried about at all.
Yeah, we shouldn't be. If we are worried about them, we have bigger problems.
Yep. And I think the Mets, when we play the Mets, you know what? Call me crazy. Sometimes the Mets do play us tough.
No, I'm nervous about those games. I'm not going to lie.
And I'm interested. I can't wait to see the Garrett Cole go up against Pete Alonso. I think that's box office.
Oh, yeah.
That's a box office matchup.
How about Soto versus Cole right out of the gate?
Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah, man.
That's going to be something.
Juan Soto. Oh, and listen, to start off the season against the Nationals, I think that's literally –
I love it, actually. I really like it.
Because, hear me out, I don't think this is going to happen. It has potential to be a World Series matchup. I don't think it's going to be that, but it is.
Yeah, I mean – I wasn't that high in the Nationals coming into the season, but with 60 games in their pitching, that might change. Like, I don't think they'll make it, but they could, obviously. I really think the Phillies are being slept on, and I know you agree with me on this too.
Yes.
Someone was saying they think they could beat the Dodgers. I'm not taking it that far, but I think I know it's an absurd take. It really is.
I'm not even. You know what? I'm not even going to entertain that. That's blasphemous.
Yeah, it is. But I think the Phillies have a lot of good components. It really, Zach Wheeler is going to be critical for the Phillies. He has to come up to play.
No question, absolutely.
David Robertson, I heard, might be ready to go, so that's good for that bullpen because they definitely could use some help back there.
Absolutely.
So,
dynasty purposes, guys. Only dynasty league purposes.
Well, yeah. But it also helps their bullpen in real life, too, because it wasn't that good last